Hello everybody, here we are today talking about the Jake Oettinger extension as Jake has signed an 8-year, $66 million deal with the Dallas Stars, and I'm going to give my take on the contract. So before we get started with it, please make sure to subscribe if you're new to me or hockey, whatever the case may be. Being said, let's get on into it. So Dallas Stars fans got to be feeling pretty happy today as their starter has signed a long-term extension, but I think the organization as well has to be feeling pretty happy here as they're able to get their guy through his prime. And in this case, this is big because while Oettinger was an RFA and he was going to have to probably sign a deal with the team at one point eventually, they're able to avoid kind of that murky territory where things get bad between the teams and the players and the relationship kind of gets bad because, you know, money can be an issue here, especially when one side wants to pay less and another side wants more. But in this case, everybody kind of goes out of this happy, and it's going to have big implications for the NHL, which is why it's worth talking about, especially because with Dallas being a team trying to compete for the Stanley Cup in the coming years, it's nice knowing that they've got the situation in net kind of locked up. So with all this kind of being brought up, what exactly are my thoughts on this deal? Well, my first thought here is that I really expect him to go out there and ask for more. This kind of ties into the whole Jeremy Swayman case because Jeremy Swayman basically strong-armed the Boston Bruins into giving him a deal that's exactly like this, 8 years, $66 million. And in this one, I would say that people probably view Oettinger in a different tier than Swayman. They might view him as one tier above. Whether or not that's right or wrong, some people might go out there and point out to the fact that Oettinger's gotten more games played and is playing on a deeper team and say Swayman could very well go out there and be better with an expanded role. That is true, but I think we can't really ignore the facts as well that Oettinger has been a good goalie over the past 3 years, especially looking at the fact that he's got 3 seasons with 30 wins or more. He is 4th for goalies among wins over that time, has been part of teams that have won their division, that have been the top seed in the Western Conference, and have gone to the Western Conference Final 2 times in that run. You can kind of see where he would be coming from if he wanted to say, I want more money, I deserve more money. Why is Swayman able to go out there and get this contract, and I can't ask for more for myself? So good for him to be able to be that team player, but I do think that he could have been asking for $9 million or even more than that. Now, as for what I think in terms of the actual deal itself, I think this is going to be a really good deal for the Dallas Stars. This is big too because while Dallas is a good team right now, they've got a lot of money they're going to have to direct in the next couple of years in a smart manner. You've got guys like Jason Robertson, Maverick Bourque, you've got Thomas Harley, Logan Stankoven, and I'm sure I'm missing somebody else along the way that are all set to be getting new deals in the next coming years. And this is where you want to be very smart because while you might go out there and see some veteran guys that are getting a lot of money moved off where they aren't on the team anymore, they take a reduction or whatever, that's still going to be eaten up by those younger players that are good, that are trying to go out there and make money themselves. So to have your starter for $8.25 million, especially knowing that it's going to be through, the next 9 seasons, this is a big deal because by the end of all this, it's probably going to be a good value in terms of whether or not this team's competitive or not. I can't really say 9 years out from now, especially with this being an 8-year deal. But if Oettinger is able to give you 30-plus wins every year and have good numbers, you'd have to imagine that it'll be worth $8 million every year, while also allowing the team to be a little bit more financially flexible to try to keep this team good, competitive, and go out there and win their first championship since 1999. And while it's a little weird because, again, we're kind of talking about how Dallas would probably like to pay even less and we would see Oettinger possibly go out there and ask for even more, I feel like both sides come away from this feeling like they won, and they probably did. Oettinger was able to go out there and get a pay raise and get long-term stability, and Dallas was able to keep the guy that's been part of this group. And I think that for this, you feel pretty good about this deal, even though I think kind of one of the bigger things with this that kind of got brushed under the rug is the fact that Oettinger has a no-trade clause for the first 6 years of the deal. So if things go really bad somewhere along the line, Dallas is going to be, stuck with a goalie they probably can't get rid of. But at the same time, too, I don't see this Dallas team just magically falling apart over the next couple of years. They've got a lot of young, proven talent, and with them being RFAs, they might go out there and ask for a little bit less. And if you can kind of get something going on here like you've seen in Boston, except with Jeremy Swayman, where guys will take discounts, it's going to be really big for the Stars as they are trying to go out there and win a championship. And I think when you have a goalie that has that long-term stability, knowing they're not going to go out there and get traded, knowing that they've got a decent amount of money going their way and they are part of this team for 10 years, that can help you out and possibly have Oettinger go out there and have a playoff run. Does this necessarily guarantee them a Stanley Cup in the next year? No, it doesn't, but I think for this team, this is one of those deals where Oettinger is certainly going to have to go out there and prove it, as he's going to have to do more in the playoffs, as his side's not been able to get the job done when it comes crunch time. But I just feel like this organization is in a better spot today than they were yesterday. And for a team that has already got off to a great start, and Oettinger has as well, you have to feel kind of scared about how the rest of the season could go for them. They've already got guys like Hens, and they've got guys like Heiskanen locked up to these deals. So again, life is good for Dallas. We'll see how it plays out for everybody else. So are they going to be seeing Dallas hoist the cup, or are they going to get victory over the Stars? That's what we as fans get to go out there and watch. So anyway, what are your thoughts on the Jake Oettinger deal? Do you think this was a good deal? Do you think Oettinger is eventually going to go out there and win a Vezina for the Stars, if not multiple? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Also, please make sure to like this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you're new. Everybody stay safe. Have a great night. Indigo Fog, all right. Goodbye, Brigadiers and Brigadettes. This is your captain signing off. Have a great night.